Hello, 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 friends. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. No weapons formed against you or ours. Love life will ever shall ever prosper. So, the message today is about love. It's always about love. That's nothing new, right? About embodying what love is. It's about parenting, being the example of being a good parent and having unconditional love, okay? What we don't realize is that if you're unhealed and you're a parent, I need to get off the side of the street. It's like, it's not really any sidewalks where I'm at in Thailand. I'm outside of the gym and it's kind of noisy, which I can't help, but I really want you to get and understand this message about love. It's very powerful. Unconditional love is super duper important. Sawadee Krab. Yes. Okay. So, unconditional love versus what real love is. I found that when I gave birth naturally, unassisted, to both of my children, I thought that was love, right? I thought I knew what love is. Now, I love my children so very much. I'm so grateful that God has allowed me to create such marvelous beings. But being an unhealed being with childhood traumas, I didn't realize that I was creating conditional love. And we all do it if we're unhealed. We create unconditional love in our parenting style. And I'm going to explain to you how this shit comes all the way back from slavery. Okay? What is conditional love? You know, you get your firstborn child, your secondborn child, your 13th born child, and you just love them so much, right? Hopefully that's the case. You love your children so much when they're infants, and you kiss them and you just love their smell, and you can't wait to wipe their shit, right? When they infants, they shit all over the place, they throw up all over you, they pee all over you, they poop all over you, and you love them so much. But then you hear about the terrible twos, and then you don't even realize that as a parent, when your child is 2, 3, 4, and they start growing up and they start finding their own independence, then you start talking shit about your kid. Oh, they're a badass and they don't listen and stuff like that. I never talk like that about my kids, okay? They can be hard to deal with, but I'm not going to talk shit about my kids, okay? I'm going to tell them the truth, and they may not like to hear what I have to say, but I'm not going to talk shit about my kids. That was not something I've done, okay? And we create conditional love like this. If you don't listen to me, if you don't do what I say and fit into my conformity in my box, like I was trained to fit into this conformity of life, then I'm going to punish you. I'm going to spank you. This is the slave master mentality with the whippings, right? Slaves used to get whipped with whips by the masters, okay? When a slave got out of line, they were whipped. Maybe their hands was chopped off. Maybe some part of them was mutilated. This is the slave master and the slave mentality. When you don't do what I say, I'm going to harm you. So what happened in our ancestry lineage was this. That same kind of condition was passed down genetically and physically within us. And so when we spank our children, that's because they didn't listen. You ain't spanking your children because they was having a really good time. You're spanking your children because they didn't listen, and you took something away from them. You put them on punishment. You decided, I'm not going to do this. Ugh. I'm not going to do this for you. This is a condition. That's not love, okay? And so, what we don't realize is that when we create conditions, we are the first example of narcissism to our children, okay? We start to show them that love is, you need to listen and do what I say, and when you're on your best behavior, I'll reward you with hugs and kisses and good jobs. When you're not listening to what I say, you're being bad, you're hard-headed, and you're not listening, and so I have to discipline you. This is conditional love. Unconditional love is this. This is me, the healed version of me right now. When I see my children, when I speak to my children, if my children don't want to speak to me, if my children don't want to listen to me, guess what? I still love them, because I know now whatever they're projecting and presenting to me is that of a hurt person that was raised by a hurt person that didn't know what love really was. I didn't know what true love actually was until my late 30s, okay? And I'm still finding out more about love every day. And I'm so grateful to God for the opportunity. But I realized there's conditional love and unconditional love. And so it made me think about childhood relationships. You know how when you're young, you in your adolescence, and you think oh boy, I thought I was in love. Oh my God, I thought I was in love. And I realized I was in heavy like. That's as far as it went. And no one can't tell you anything. But when you're that young, how the fuck would you even know what true love really is for someone else if you haven't figured out yourself? You haven't even figured out your body odor yet. You haven't even figured out like how to properly groom and care for yourself on a daily basis. You're eating trashy food. Oh my God, I used to eat so much junk food when I was younger. And only to realize all that shit, those potato chips and corn chips and cheese doodles and all that candy I used to eat, that's not me loving myself. That's me being addicted to crack, aka sugar, and that's not love. But yet when we're young, we think we know what love is until someone pisses you off and you go from being someone's love of their life or a bitch real quick. Like in New York City, oh my God, this is why I really didn't like dating guys. And I said this to myself, look, and I created my own reality. I was like, I can't be messing with no dudes from New York. I said I'm gonna marry somebody not from New York, and that's exactly what I ended up doing. But I wasn't paying attention to it just because I changed the location of where I was going to marry someone. It was the same type of personality. But conditional love and loving yourself means you're paying attention to everything and all the signs and how someone treats you and how someone respects you. And like I was saying, in New York City, back in the day, dudes used to whistle at you. Like, what? If you want to talk to me, you better get your ass up and you better come talk to me. Like, don't be whistling and hollering at me. They be like, hey, oh, shorty, I'm probably just as tall as you. Like, if you want to know how to address a real woman, a real young lady, then you act accordingly, okay? And if you don't respond to their cat calls, then fuck you then. Like, what? You think I wanted you standing on the corner? Cut it out. So love, these flies is like eating me up. Love is not something that you're really going to grasp as an adolescent, unless you are raised by healed people that really know what love is and they embody that. And when I say embody that, I mean, okay, these children like myself growing up acting like they in love with someone, don't really know what love is. And my example of love was divorced parents. I did see some form of love from my mom growing up, some form, like I seen it in a relationship, but not, I seen a semblance of it, right? And I found out later on in life more and more of what the capacity of love looks like. But like unconditional love is something that is ingrained in us since slavery that we don't really pay attention to. If you are a parent or you are a person in a relationship that feels like you know what love is and you don't truly love yourself, you're not honoring your vessel, you're not respecting your choices of how you eat, of doing physical activity, prayer, you know, connection with God, just being mindful of all of the things within your energetic field and your spiritual field, then you don't love yourself. What you have in your relationship is a codependency or an attachment. And this is what I found out makes people take so long to get out of a relationship. Like if someone was broken up with, or you broke up with somebody, but this is for the people that get broken up with, you had an attachment or a codependency when your heart is so broken that you cannot pick yourself back up. You can't live without somebody. Get the fuck out of here. Yes, you can. You was born by yourself. You got lungs to breathe and a diaphragm on your own. You absolutely can live without someone. If you're this distraught and broken up, you had a codependency and an attachment, that you was loving on them more than you was loving on yourself. And this is what's a conditional thing. You didn't put yourself into the equation. And you need to put yourself into the equation that whenever you're in a relationship and the shit don't work out, that's a good sign. Hopefully you enjoyed the times that you had, and then you move on. You don't get all broken up with. There's billions of other fish in the sea. Billions. But if you like me, you don't want no fish. You like whales. Okay? But that's the message. Unconditional love versus conditional love. Love with an open heart, love with purity, love from a healthy place with boundaries, where there's respect on both sides, love unconditionally. And when you do find the person that you are supposed to be with, make sure that it's an honest, open relationship and that you are equally yoked, okay? You have to be equally yoked. If you're not equally yoked, it's not going to work out, friends. I'm telling you, this is what my life experience has taught me. This is what God has shown me, and I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to pass the message along, friends. I love you. I love you all so very much. Please share this message of love with people, because like it all started from the beginning. And in order to find yourself in a healthy place, you really got to know what love is. This is why I be so grateful that God be giving me these messages and these insights to teach me and to show me what love is, so that I myself can teach as well. Like, this shit is powerful, okay? You're amazing, magical, spiritual, universal, galactic beings of the highest white light. All right? You're here on planet Abundance to have an amazing, joy-filled human existence. So friends, please have an amazing, joy-filled human existence here on planet Abundance. Thank you so much for watching from wherever you are. I love you so much. Bye.